What is going on, everybody? Hopefully y'all safe, y'all chilling, y'all having a nice, peaceful, and blessed day. And wear your mask. For real, wear your mask. Alright, now got that little part out the way. Today's video, I actually did this video, like I had it ready and all that, but I ain't really like how I was drifting off and all that stuff. So, you know, when I was talking, so we gonna make it, well, I'm gonna at least try to make it a bit more, you know, concrete and to the point, like how I normally like it. So, alright, let me shut up. We just gonna talk about the things that I feel needs to be addressed with Gogeta, and then at the end I talk about, you know, my little closing remarks, you know, my little extra 2 cents. Alright, for real, let me shut up. Alright, so the first thing about the homie Gogeta that I feel should get addressed if there were to be a patch down the line is they need to address his post-vanish situation. So he done had this problem since he first came out, and it hasn't gotten worse or nothing. It's basically just been the same. So let me see, let me set the computer to, okay, he backdashing good. So, you know, of course, and we got it the guard first only. So, of course, y'all know, you know, beam, jails, and advantage for Gogeta. Clone beam, the same. Clone beam. Clone beam is the same thing. But the problem, and this is basically for all the beams and advantage for Gogeta, this is what happens. You can backdash him. That's like still such an issue, because it's like, what's the point of having a, you know, a post-vanish situation and they could just backdash? So it's basically like you trying to guess, you know, look, I couldn't even do 2L. Granted, you could just do, you know, 2M, but it's like you still guessing on what the opponent is gonna do, even though you the one that vanished and, you know, created that situation for yourself to continue pressure, you know. So I don't know how they would address it. Maybe make his I guess make his 5L reach further, I guess, or farther I should say. Maybe that'll do it to, you know, fix this kind of situation, because it's like, even though he can jail into vanish, it's like he's still guessing what you about to do, you know, even though it's still his turn. So hopefully they address that, because that is like very annoying. It's already hard as is to get, you know, some good hits in with Gogeta, and to actually like lock somebody down from like this distance here. So it'd be nice to kind of, you know, like eliminate that issue. The only good thing is, like, you know, for example, his command grab, he +5. See, now you can't backdash that. So I feel like maybe, you know, either make his 5L like reach farther, or, you know, oh, I just had a brain fart. Let it, you know, have more range when he do 5L, or I think that's the best thing, because making your vanish after being more plus would do it, but I don't know how that works. But I feel like making his 5L just have more range, that'll solve that issue. Gogeta clones is his next thing that I feel should get addressed, is because his clones, like, it's cool in mix-ups, and that's even very exclusive using the clones. In neutral, let me switch out the go tanks. The startup of his clones, I feel like definitely should be sped up. So I'm finna do a beam, and anytime you do Gogeta clones, it automatically has you as the grounded clone. No matter if you in the air or what, it always starts you as the grounded clone. So something like this, I can't immediately just hit the air clone to avoid the beam or something like that. I will get hit. You have to do it preemptively. You know, you gotta basically assume that they about to throw a beam or a key blast, and then, you know, you pick the clone to avoid it. And it looks so cool, you know, and I feel like that's kind of how, at least that's what I'm thinking. That's probably how they wanted you to use the clones in neutral, you know, but it just feel like it takes so long to start, you know, for his clones to start up. And, you know, even if he in the air, you know, let me see. Yeah, see, it's, you know, it just takes you back down to the ground as the grounded clone. Then it puts you to the clone that you want to choose. I feel like he should have the ability, the moment he activate the clone, he already whichever clone he want to be. I feel like that'll really, you know, it ain't gonna make, you know, it ain't nothing game breaking for his neutral or nothing like that, but at least it'll kind of, you know, because this happens a lot to me. I'm sure other people as well. You trying to use clones, then you get clipped, and then you end up dying for it. You know, I feel like that'd be a nice quality of life change if they were to address, you know, his clones in the startup. And I guess that can flow into, you know, talking about his, because it's still talking about clones, you know, his clones. So you only can really use his clones and mix if you got a very high block stun assist. It looks so cool to land it, honestly, you know. And it'll make his mix-ups better too, because if you able to just pick the clone right away, you know, and you got fast to start up, then you'll be able to kind of, at least the way I see it in my head, you'll be able to mix more effectively. But you only really can use his clones if you got a high block stun assist. If you try something like this with, you know, Broly, that ain't gonna work. So, you know, outside of combos, really, you don't really use his clones like that, besides, you know, probably trying to fake somebody out to super dash to you or something like that. But, you know, they definitely should do something about his clones. And, you know, while I'm at it, while I'm still on the subject about clones, honestly, I think a cool change, and y'all tell me if I'm crazy. So he already has so much recovery on his beams, especially his clone beams. I feel like, and let me just give you an example, just kind of like, alright, let me see. I could have did a little bit more, but I dropped it. But you just get the idea that that could have been a lot of damage, and depending on the character, that can be a lot more damage just for him whiffing that. So what I propose is that I think he should be plus if he lands the follow-up dive kick, because it's like, you know, like he gets in, right? He already wasted an assist just to get in. You know, so now it's like he only got one assist available, and God forbid they block that. Now Gogeta just struggling to open you up, you know, since he by himself until his assist regen. I feel like the clones should let him be plus. It's a, you know, because that's the bulk of like Gogeta neutral. You over committing for stuff, and then the reward for actually, you know, getting in and doing your neutral how you should, it ain't really much. So I think his dive kick follow up should be plus once he get in. Oh man, his C assist. Jesus Christ. I will link the video that I posted on Twitter maybe a month ago, maybe some weeks ago. That clip is literally what made me stop using his C assist. I normally never had trouble with his C assist, but that clip just like, when I missed, y'all will see it when I link it. I was done with that C assist. Let me just show you. See, because I can easily just tell you UI C assist, you gotta sit here and kind of, you know, it's harder to avoid it compared to Gogeta C assist, but you know, why not just show y'all, right? You know, it would be much easier. So I want you to see this. His C assist needs better tracking. Like Majin Buu C assist, you know what? Yeah, matter of fact, let me go to Majin Buu. What the F is Majin Buu? Here he is. I'm just showing the difference between, you know, how a tracking C assist should be and, you know, how one shouldn't be. And that's basically Gogeta and Majin Buu C assist. Alright. C assist, C assist. Alright. Alright, I called them at the same time. Same time. Alright, I dodged it a little bit. Okay. So, as you can see, when I double jump, it avoided it pretty well. But, like, when I just jump once, Gogeta just goes nowhere. It's like he just goes wherever you originally was at. And he don't even, you know, go to you know, it's like the tracking on it is horrible. At least Majin Buu, you know, you gotta at least, and it's the same as UI C assist, Goku Blues, you gotta kind of maneuver to get around it. Gogeta C assist is like you just jump once and it's just like, it's gone. Now I'm gonna do it by itself. And look how close I am. It's, you know, and this also goes with what I feel is wrong with Gallic Gun. It's like it just has, you know, I feel like it should have more range. I'm trying to think of the word, like more, it covers more ground, like how Cell A assist is. Cause his Gallic Gun is horrible. Like you see how close I am. Like I'm literally in Gogeta face, and I still was able to dodge the C assist. So I hope, you know, that his C assist gets addressed, because at this point right now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, his A assist is honestly, you know, his best assist. At first I was like, alright, he got C and A. We praying for B assist. I don't really know, you know, Gogeta B assist, we praying for that. But, you know, I was like, A and C assists, you know, they cool. But after that clip, you know, after that happened to me, I realized what's the problem with his C assist. So A assist is really just the best thing to use for him. At least for now, unless they change it. So I kind of combine these two, basically talking about his beam, you know, his beam recovery and his Gallic Gun. So let me go and switch to the homie. No, he ain't no homie. Let me just go and switch to UI. So this is what bothers me about Gogeta's 5S, the beam. This is what bothers me, and I want y'all to just see this. Y'all probably know what I'm about to show you, but I just want you to see the difference. Oh, let me set it to block. Do you see how quick I'm able to just recover and just do 5S again? But let me do, you know, like, do y'all see the problem with this? Like, what is this? Look how long it's taking me to recover. And it's the same thing in the air. UI can do that, and, you know, and it's like, man, it just, like, Gogeta's beams, all of them, it feel like you just asking to die. You just asking for them to just hit you with a TLD potentially, or a combo that, you know, excuse my language, damn near kill you. That's what it feel like. You know, you are really, you know, again, that's why I was saying earlier about they need to at least let the dive kick follow up be plus or something, because it don't make no sense. Like, you see the clear difference how he just able to 5S and how long it's taking me to recover. Both do the same thing, you know, 5S and vanish, all that good stuff, you know. Honestly, you know, and before I even go to that point, can we just look at Gallic Gun? Gallic Gun is terrible. Like, it's already horrible as a C assist, but now, you know, you barely use this unless it's in combos. Like, it covers nothing. Like, it's such a weird, you know, angle that it goes to, and it's like all that blue that's around Gogeta from the beam, it don't hit you or nothing like that. Like, that's what I feel. Maybe make the blast bigger or something. But, like, if it was up to me, I would want to have better startup and, you know, less recovery, because this is ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. Like, it's a crime how bad these beams are to me. Like, this is cute, you know, that's cool that he can do that, you know, that's cute, I love it, you know, I love that 5S can be used as a, you know, as a frame trap now. It is actually amazing, you know, and you can convert into big damage, you know, because they expect a command grab, you know, so it's really nice. But, like, as a neutral tool, it's a lot to be desired in my opinion. And Gallic Gun, like, I don't even know what they can do with that besides, like, make it, like, cover more range or something. I just hope they look into it regardless, because his, you know, his neutral is like, he over could bend for a lot of stuff, and it's like, once he get in, it's not guaranteed he gonna get that hit that he looking for. It's just the fact of he got in, you know. Honestly, I would hope, you know, like how S Broly got, you know, the beam into vanish and all that stuff, and he has a key blast. And I always felt like S Broly and Gogeta, they kind of had the same idea with them, you know, the whole frame data kind of suspect, but they pressure kind of nice or solid, decent, whatever you might feel. But S Broly has key blast. Gogeta don't have none of that. I would at least take, you know, having one key blast like Bardock style or something that's like low risk, you know, low reward, just something that he can use to, you know, just like this, you know, if he could shoot one key blast like that, I wouldn't even be mad. Just something that he can use besides this effing beam, because that's terrible. Gogeta's Rekkas, his Rekkas, I feel like, let me see, let me go to Blue Vegeta. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I'm jealous of y'all Blue Vegeta players just because of the fact of y'all have y'all Rekkas is unsafe like Gogeta, like you can mash between it and all that stuff, but y'all get a whole wall bounce, you know, Y'all get a whole wall bounce if the opponent mash. Like y'all get some real reward for it, you know. Let me see how you do this. Now, you know, he doing this. Man, get a whole, you know, like you get a whole wall bounce. That's beautiful. And then right there, so his Blue Vegeta, now it don't make even more sense to me now when I get to the EX Rekka part. So Blue Vegeta, he can do one hit of his EX Rekka if he want, or he can go into, you know, whatever. Like, I don't feel like, you know, not to be no carbon, you know, copy of each other or nothing, but it's like, why does Gogeta EX Rekka come out like you can't do one hit? All the hits just come out. Blue Vegeta don't do that. And then my next point is, so Blue Vegeta gets a wall bounce, all that stuff. Let me see, does he, how you do his, okay. Let me see. I'm trying to do the effing. Okay. Hold on, I got it, y'all. I got it. Man. Alright, I ain't gonna hold y'all up with that, but my point is, I'm sure Blue Vegeta gets his, you know what? I'm gonna try it again. Damn, alright, I quit. But I'm certain Blue Vegeta gets his knockdown with command grab. So it's like, why? So if somebody manages to mash when you do this, right? The thing is, you don't get no kind of hard knockdown. You don't get nothing. The only thing you realistically can get, and the thing is, Gogeta recovery after he does a Rekka is like kind of slow. So it's not like he can do a meaty 5M or something like that to like at least hold you in place. You know, you could just get out for free. So realistically, the only thing you can do is a super attack, or you just let the knockdown be and you get, you know, 14-20, which is nothing. That don't really discourage people from not mashing. And then what if you know, you do EX at the end? At least the good thing about that, well, not good, but the only bright side is you can at least, you know, spin the bar just to get them back in the corner. But it's like, why do you have to do all that? You know, and his records, you know, y'all get the idea of what I'm saying, but I want to go on a full, well, it ain't no full rant, but it's just, I think out of everything in his toolkit, the biggest crimes has to be his records and his neutral, the 5S and the clone beams and what was that, 2S. Gotta be the biggest crimes for me. So let me see, and what's Vegeta's record? So -8, okay. So like I was saying earlier, both of them are negative, but Blue Vegeta has more reward for if his actually connects. Gogeta, he -8, and it's like he don't even get no big reward if he even hits you. It's like his record itself has so many inconsistencies that it just, you know, I feel like it should get reworked. Like, if it was up to me, I honestly feel like this move should just knock you down Like, just cause a slide knockdown, just F it. And then if you wanna, combo after it, you can. But I feel like it should just cause a hard knockdown or something. They really need to look into his records, because right now it just feels, way too inconsistent. Way too inconsistent. Alright, my final point. Well, before I get to the final point, I definitely forgot to mention, can we please make, give EX Record a slide knockdown? Please. It's like silly that he don't get a slide knockdown and you have to spend a bar just to get him back in the corner. You either gotta spend a bar to get him back in the corner, or learn the side switch to get him back in the corner. But only one of them gets you the slide knockdown. Like, just let him naturally just get a slide knockdown, please. It just don't make no sense. But my final point is his command grab. So I just want to say, I love his command grab mid-screen. The fact that he +5 and he can, it basically restands you and you can kind of get mind games going with it. Like something like this. And then, Dragon Rush. Things like that. Like, you can get a lot of mileage from his command grab. It goes full screen, XYZ. But my problem with his command grab, and in the corners is nice when you have meter. You get, I can do more, but I'm just showing that you can combo from it. My problem with his command grab is, if you do it, you just put yourself in a corner. You put yourself in a corner. You just doing a block string. You ain't got no assists. You can't go in a wrecker. You got to finish the whole thing, or try to risk going for a command grab, and then you just put yourself in a corner. Now, as y'all know, the main thing to do when the opponent is in the corner is you reflect. Because if you reflect while they doing 5L, they basically dead. So it's like, you gotta do something like this and then try to shoot, and I missed this, but you gotta try to do something like that to get out the corner. It's like, what I propose is that he should be able to do command grab and then choose what side he on. That's what I think. Leave everything the same. I actually would like if he can, combo meterlessly, meterless without, without meter, or without assist. I mean, that's what I meant to say. Because he can't do that. The assist comes out super late. And if that's too much to ask, Arc System, that's fine. But at least let the homie choose what side he on, because without meter, he just put himself in a corner. That don't make sense to me. It really don't. But that's all. I feel like Gogeta, they did a solid job with him. This season, a step in the right direction with his buffs and things like that. But like, even though he got better, it still feel like his main problem, which was his neutral, it still needs a look into. His pressure, I don't know if it's just me, but I always say it feels Gogeta kind of makes you feel uncomfortable when you're blocking him. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, because I don't fight him like that. I don't know what the case is, but his neutral is his biggest problem to me. That's like his biggest problem. Then second would be his records. Because his records, they just feel way too inconsistent. And I should have said this earlier, but we're gonna do an honorable mention. We're gonna do honorable mention. you know, I would like if he got some more normals that were safe besides just 2L. Now, granted, you know, you can 2H, you know, you can DP, but I would like if, you know, if his normals was faster or not as negative, I should say, like 5M, that's -8. Gotenks 5M -6, you know, and it's a crime that his 5LL is -10. That makes absolutely no sense. When you got the homie Broly 5L is -2, Gotenks, you know, -5. Like, at least make it -5. Y'all want it to be, you know, don't abuse it or something, but -10, that's just ridiculous. So, you know, overall, Gogeta is in a much better direction than he was last season in season 2, but he still needs a look into. And hopefully, you know, the right people see this video and take some of these things into consideration. Hopefully this ain't nothing that's too much to ask for, but the homie Gogeta needs some help. He needs some help. He, you know, he ain't a bad character to me, but that neutral is suspect. But that's it for me. I feel like I'm saying the same thing now. So, you know, thank y'all for listening. And, you know, I'll see y'all next time. Y'all peace out. And y'all have a nice, safe, and blessed day. Take care.